Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for One Piece manga chapter 829. It's 829 and it was titled, what was it? Was it just like the Yonko Big Mom Charlotte Linlin, the pirate? I don't know, something like that. But basically this one was pretty much all about Big Mom. But we started out with the One Piece Film Gold theme cover, and that was really cool. I like how we had Rob Lucci and Sabo featured in it. I really liked that. And starting with the actual chapter, we have Luffy's group. They are going to Whole Cake using Pudding's map to avoid each of the islands, to avoid the detection there. And pretty much Nami leaves Brook to take the helm while she goes to cook. And Carrot takes over looking at the islands, being the lookout, and she sees this juice-looking part of the ocean, and Pedro says that it's from juice rivers that run out of these islands and filter into the sea. So then everybody's wondering, okay, how do you know so much about this place? And we finally get confirmation that Pedro has been here before. So before he can actually tell us more about that, of course we get interrupted by this giant centipede. So then everybody mans their battle stations. Luffy, Carrot, Pedro, and Brook prepare to fight the centipede, and then we cut away from them. And by the way, I loved the panel of Carrot there preparing to fight. It was awesome. But we cut to Big Mom's crew and Tamago, and we find out that she has gone on a rampage, and that she has an eating disorder where she gets this one specific food in mind, and until she has that food, she just goes on a mindless rampage. It seems as though she can't remember anything. It's just a complete mindless rage. So she's on her rampage. She kills all of the singing objects that we saw last time that we saw Big Mom. I guess it was probably like two or three chapters ago, I guess. Yeah, it had to be 2 or 3 chapters ago when we last saw Big Mom. So there was that, and we see with Tamago a lot of other crewmates for Big Mom, and I'm hoping we learn more about them, and they'll be sort of her important crewmates that we have as enemies. And it looks like there's a Tontada there. There's a dude with a big forehead, a talking alligator. There's this sexy looking chick in a top hat. And, of course, there's Gene Simmons from Kiss. I know in the past, Oda has taken celebrities and modeled characters after them, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if it actually was modeled after Gene Simmons or Kiss in general, just the way it looks. So the way that guy looks. So pretty much Big Mom just goes King Kong on Sweet City, which is the capital where her castle is, and she's tearing the place apart. Her son, Muscat, tries to save her, but she uses her power to devour 40 years of his lifespan, which kills him. Now with Muscat, there were 2 other guys and a woman, and they called him Brother Mus, so I'm thinking, are they 2 of Big Mom's other sons? Is that one of her other daughters? I don't know. Any of that's possible. They didn't look related, but then again, none of Big Mom's children so far have really looked related, except for that one lady and Lola, and of course Pudding and the three-eyed girl, if Pudding isn't the three-eyed girl. If she is, then of course they look the same because they're the same person. But you get what I mean. So she kills Muscat, which, damn, I was kind of liking Muscat, because it shows, like, a lot of the people we've met from her crew and her family don't necessarily seem like bad people. Big Mom seems like a bad person. She seems straight evil. She's destroying other countries in order to benefit her country. She's rampaging and killing innocent people. She seems like a pretty shitty person. But like Muscat was trying to stop her and save the innocent citizens, so he seemed like a good guy. Pudding seems too nice, which is why I still think that she is it's a trap. She is trying to lure them in so that they'll be captured. I don't trust Pudding. She's like too nice, too good to be true. So yeah, it's just weird. Big Mom seems evil, but a lot of her family and crew does not seem evil. In fact, most of them don't really seem that terrible. There are some that definitely do seem pretty bad, but I don't know, it's this weird thing. But she kills Muscat. Poor Muscat. And then freaking Jimbei comes in to save her. Wasn't exactly expecting him to come back in this way, but it was really cool. This was just a really fast-paced chapter. A bunch of random stuff just happening again and again without really much warning that it was going to happen. I didn't imagine we'd see Jimbei this way this quick. I didn't imagine we'd get so much about Big Mom and that her personality quirks would be like this. But pretty much Jimbei shows up, feeds her the croquembouche, and just she eats it and goes back to normal. And it seems like from what she said that she doesn't remember anything that happened while she was rampaging, so she might not remember killing Muscat. And I'm also thinking if her power is to take life, and she can also give it and make all these singing, talking, inanimate objects, maybe she could just give Muscat life back. Could she just bring people back to life? That'd be OP, but either way, this power is seeming very, very OP. And it seems like the drawback to this very, very overpowered ability is that they mention Muscat, if you fear, she'll take your lifespan. So I was thinking maybe if you don't fear her, like say Luffy goes up against her and he's completely immune because he isn't afraid of her, maybe her power only works on people that are afraid of her, just like similar to how Hancock's power only works for people that are attracted to her. So I could definitely see something like that, where the drawback to her power is that it only works on people who are afraid of her, and Luffy is able to defeat her because he's able to overcome fear and he's not afraid of her. I think that is how I see this going. But we also find out Jimbei gave her the poneglyph. What the hell, Jimbei? So he gave the poneglyph that he found during his cover story to Big Mom, and now he says he has something important to discuss with her, and she already knows. She already knows about him wanting to leave her crew to join the Straw Hats. I almost was expecting a huge betrayal, because I really like Jimbei, and I'm not expecting him to betray us at all. But when they started talking at that last page, and I didn't know it was the last page, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, holy shit, is Jimbei about to say Straw Hat Luffy has arrived and Aladdin was spying on them? Is Jimbei the one that alerted her? So I thought Jimbei was going to be the traitor. I was about to have my mind completely blown. But no, it still doesn't look like he's the traitor. I don't even know if there is a traitor. I think that perhaps Pudding or just anybody could have alerted Big Mom. I don't necessarily think that there's a traitor. I think that she's a Yonko. She has a very good information network. If anyone is a traitor, I'd say Peckham's, but I doubt anybody's a traitor. I'd say Peckham's is most likely, and I'm not going to say Pudding's a traitor because I think that Pudding never was their ally. I think that from the beginning she has just been sending them into that trap. So yeah, this chapter was really fast-paced and exciting. We got to meet potentially more of Big Mom's children. We got to meet more of her crew, though not really get introduced to their names or personalities or anything. They were there, you know? So, yeah, I guess that's all I can say for this one. It was really, really good. Personally, I think there was too much focus on just Big Mom. It was dragged out a little bit too much. It was nice to see because we haven't seen much of her actual character, but I personally didn't feel like seeing that large of a portion of the chapter devoted solely to Big Mom, and seeing none of what happened to Peckham, seeing none of what's going on with Sanji's family. We haven't seen Sanji himself in a good few weeks. So there were a lot of things I would have preferred to see over the Big Mom stuff. But even then, it was a pretty good chapter. So it was a good chapter. Like, not even pretty good. It was a really good chapter. It was really fast-paced. We got a lot of stuff. It really threw me off guard. Just personally, I would have preferred to see other things at this point in the story. So I'm going to give it like 8 eating disorder, candy, rampages out of 10. 8 out of 10. It was a really good chapter. There's nothing I can really say bad about it. I would have preferred other things, but there wasn't anything really bad. It just wasn't that great. I would have liked to have seen more of our other characters, more of Luffy's group, rather than so much devoted to Big Mom. But overall, it was good. So that's it for this week's review. Thank you all so much for watching. Like if you did like this video, and comment down there and tell me what you thought of the video and what you thought of the chapter itself. Subscribe if you want for One Piece, Kisniver, Tower of God, The Walking Dead, Monmusu, Pokemon, a bunch of stuff. So subscribe if you want, and follow on Twitter if you want as well, because I'll keep you updated there as best I can on when I'm posting stuff or pushing stuff back. Thank you one last time for watching, and I will see you all next time.